whistle, we will say, riders ready.
No. I've heard this thing like 20 times because I've rewatched this Lombard crypt. But guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining along in this series. This is the halfway point of Chicago Grid, day 5, Lombard. We have a crazy hot dog. No updates besides they did improve a lot of pavement. And the outside of corner 1 here, which is, I just call it one corner. It, in theory, could be considered 2 corners, but it's really not. It's one motion. They moved in the outside to get closer. But this is a classic Chicago Grit and Intelligentsia course. We're going along the train station right now, along the back straightaway. The wind was a little quirky today. It really wasn't too strong. I don't remember which direction it was, but it wasn't as important as needed. But this is a course that I've struggled with. My first year I did it, I got utterly dropped, and that's mostly because I was following bad lines into turn 1 up that little hill. You know, you drop 6, 7, 8, 900 watts up that little bump just to kind of maintain your speed. Come down here, get a nice draft. It's chill. We have this jut out you got to watch out for into the second set of corners, I guess we'll call it. I always liked the outside line. You can really maintain smooth, and in theory this is another corner, but you can just pedal all the way through. And now we're on to the front straight, and this is Lombard. Yesterday, the day before this, I had a second place podium, my first ever at Chicago Grit at the new Mundalang course. Really enjoyed that. Today I had a similar plan. Generally, breakaways here, what happens, especially the Cat 4s, is someone will go off the front as a single or a double, and then stay out there for a little while and then blow themselves up. Today we actually had a pretty good breakaway. We'll see later in the video what happens with that. But here we go into this at high speed. We're doing 27 as we enter. There's a nice inside line. You kind of hit the apex of the apex, and then you kind of launch up, and I take that line. But I really like this outside one because you can carry a little bit more speed. And then I'm only doing 600-700 watts up this. We touch at 800, which is a lot. But I've at times hit over 1200 watts trying to maintain speed up there. So also on the right here, I love this factor with the short wheel set. It has a funny look to it. I think it's kind of fun. But this is a difficult course. It was still not too hot today, but it got hot enough where we're starting to feel it. And tomorrow, Brookfield is when this really goes. I'm recording this after the end of Chicago Grit. I've raced all 10 days. A little bit of a grit and crit hangover, but today we're recording for Lombard. So we'll get the rest of these videos out coming up soon, and we're going to jump ahead to where the fun begins to start. So throughout the days of racing, I was known for coming from literally nowhere up to the front, and this is sort of how I did it. I always looked for little lulls. Guys, we're doing less than FTP. We're going a little bit above FTP, and we're back below FTP. Oh, now we're at. Anywho, that's how I got in front of people without much effort on these days in Chicago Grid. I did it just because to move up places, just to kind of reset where I'm at in the field, get a different perspective, keep nice and smooth lines. But it's really not that difficult. Look for the lulls, figure out where people are going to be kind of slowing up, and there's usually a headwind on that back straight, and so I knew that I could move up with minimal power. And this gentleman decides he wants to pull me along at big power, big watts, and big speeds. We're doing 27, which is pretty good. There's a tiny bit of an uphill right here at Lombard, and then kind of right here peaks out and kind of goes back down. It's like 0.5%, but it takes the edge off your acceleration. But I'm going to take this free ride from the bike that I think is fantastic, and that's how I moved up all the time. All right, so we've skipped way further into this race, and I was just kind of vibing, enjoying the draft, and I look ahead and I'm like, oh, damn, that's a scary breakaway. And I didn't really realize it. I didn't really see it. And we were slowing down, going chill, but the previous lap started getting a little quick, and I was wondering why. But the Omnium leader was in this, a few other really strong guys who I had met over the last 4 days. I just saw them get up ahead, and so I decided I need to get on this and start chasing because a 2-person breakaway, whatever, 3-person, still kind of not worried, but 4 or 5 up ahead that look that strong, I can't let that get away. So zooming in, you can see they're sort of working together up there. I'm accelerating. Follow this guy. He's hoping I'm going to drag him along. Sorry, bud. I am not here to pull you along. But this breakaway was just scary enough. And now we've jumped ahead just a tiny bit. This guy has fallen off the breakaway. Couldn't hang. Watch this pull through. Just go through. All right, bud. They're still up ahead. The guy in the yellow, I think he's on the Cervelo. Crazy strong guy. Loves to throw 2-lap sends. He sends first lap sends. I think this guy is Gary House. I'm not entirely sure. I never actually talked to him. But he decides that he wants to bring this back for me, and I'm like, all right, chill. You know, I was vibing. I was going to catch it at my own pace. That guy, I think he dropped a chain maybe. I'm not sure what happened to him. But yeah, we're cruising. We're after this breakaway. So we're further in. Gary has launched one off the front. I don't remember what I was thinking here. And at this point, I wanted someone else to get on the front and pull. You know, I'm at 180, 185 heart rate, in that range. I can sustain that for the whole race. I really don't want to. I know there's stronger guys behind me that are getting a nice draft off me. So I think at this point I decided to slow down. It was still early enough in the race. You know, we're just let's see, right about 18 minutes in, so just over halfway. And I knew we had enough firepower behind me to bring this one back. They were working together well. So I'm going to jump ahead to kind of where we do eventually catch them. But basically, I just was drafting and trying to get some free speed off some other guys who were sitting in. As we see this guy launch a bridge attempt, sure, why not? I'll just keep taking the free draft at 30 miles an hour. This is much more fun than trying to pull. So this might be like a lap later or something. I don't know. On my story, it's like a minute, two minutes away from where we were just at. All right, we're putting out some big wads. We're at 350. My heart rate's at 190. I felt really good today. My legs finally started turning on at this point. I need like a solid 10-15 minutes to get my legs turned on. And I catch this break. We're rolling 6-7 deep here right now. And to me, this is exciting. A little quick look backwards. We have a break on the field. Like this is frustrating because at this point, I caught these guys at my own pace. I wasn't going to do any big interval efforts, big digs to get ahead. I've learned to be patient racing Cat 4, and as a 30-year-old overweight male that I'm not 15 that can put down giant watts, I need to think a bit harder than they do. So I got to the back of this break. We're vibing. At this point, I think I'm just deciding what I want to do. And as we come around this corner, I know for a fact I'm going to catch these guys in the corner. One of my biggest skills is cornering. Again, that's how I moved up a lot. But look, we have one. That's the Omnium leader in first. That guy on the outside, I'm not sure what he's doing. But we got 5 guys. Caught him. Look at that. I passed the guy and ended up on their wheel. We're only doing 700 watts up this hill. Not the end of the world. My heart rate's back down to 175. Been really working my durability, and I can see that here. But I'm yelling at these guys like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We have a giant break. We've got like just enough seconds on the field where if we work together, this could work. And as I catch him, everyone decides to sit up. There's the Canadian kid that decided. He got first place in this race, actually. He did a bridge attempt and made it, and I'm just like, let's send it. And then at this point, we decide, as a group, I guess, to sit up and go for a field sprint. So I was excited to try a breakaway. Didn't get a chance in this grit series to really go for one, and I think today I missed my chance. So we'll skip ahead. All right, gents, we're coming into 1 lap to go. So this is the penultimate finish of this lap. I've known in previous years the outside line here is horrible. I know the inside is where I want to be, and I'm keeping myself in this nice chevron draft, waiting to get swarmed, because as long as I keep myself towards the outside, I can get to the outside. So I know I can feel these guys come up behind me. My heart rate's only 176, so we're vibing. We're going high speed. We're doing 28. We're going to be doing 30 here in a second, and I'm just waiting, biding my time. And then I'm like, okay, I need to make my move up. So this is 1 lap to go. Top right, you can kind of see that. I'm sure you can hear it in the video as we're recording this. Can't hear shit. Okay, Phil, Omnium leader. Guy can corner, has big watts, big power. Look at this line he does. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Canadian guy, solid, moves up. I'm happy with my line, but those guys carried a bit more speed because they got a bit ahead of me and had a bit more speed into that corner. We have the guy in the white up ahead. He's been off the front for a few laps, but he wasn't that fast this week, and we were just letting him chill up there. This guy in the black does this insane pull. Happily for that. I don't know if he was trying to send it. He looks back like he was trying to send it. I slide him besides Phil. We got this Canadian guy off to my left, and at this point, I'm deciding what to do, and I say I have to go for it. So I said, you're welcome to Phil right here, because I know he's about to get a crazy draft. Dude goes for a water last lap. Are you insane, dude? Not sure what that was about. So we launch one, 400 watts, not too bad. We turn backwards. Aero suit, here we go. First out of the last corners, and we're going to start doing this, 750 watts. Get a little bit of a jump. I'm in pain. I'm already at 191 heart rate. That's high. We're above 700, seated 700. I know I can't sprint standing the whole way here, so I'm just trying my best to put down some big power. 600, still above 600. These guys go for it. Canadian guy gets around Phil. Solid sprint on those guys' part. I let him out. I look back. I have plenty of space. But sometimes, guys, seated sprints more than enough. Just get aero. I'm doing 35. No one's coming around me in the Cat 4s like that. And we roll in for my first ever third place in a crit. I've only ever gotten first and second, so finally a nice bronze. My heart rate's at 197. My heart rate doesn't go to 197. I go to 195, and so I get here, I collapse. And that is the end of my race. Everyone, thanks for watching. That is Brookfield 2025 Cat 4. Please like and subscribe, and more to come. Thanks so much. Bye.